Good morning, AP students. So really quickly, if you were absent, I'm going to go over how to do the Power of the Pyramids assignment. So the first thing you need to do is you need to go to Google Classroom. Okay, you're going to find the Power of the Pyramids. And what you should see are three documents. So what you should see is the Google Doc, and that's going to be where you kind of write up all your answers. You have the Power of the Pyramids 2020 data. So that's going to be where you find the data that you're going to use to complete your POTP, that's Power of the Pyramid Student. So let's go ahead and get those opened up and we'll get started. Okay, so the first thing we want to open is this Power of the Pyramids data. Okay, so what you're going to find is every country that someone was assigned is at the bottom on the sheets. You are going to use the country that you used for the demographics. So for example, if you did France for the first assignment, when we did this Google Slides, you're going to do France again. I'm going to use Kenya as an example because I didn't have anyone do Kenya, but you're going to need to kind of scroll through the bottom here and find your country, okay? So once you find your country, again, I'm going to do Kenya. What you're going to do is select all of this data. So for example, I'm selecting all of the data. You don't need the year and age groups because you already have that. You don't need the population stuff at the top. You just need the data. You're going to go ahead and copy that. Okay. Then you're going to open up the POTP Student. Okay. And what you're going to see is this. Okay. And you're going to go ahead and paste it in this 2020 population data table on the left. So I'm going to, oops, I copied the ones. Let me go back, select all, Control C, and then Control V. Okay, so it's going to populate everything. Now notice at the bottom, it's going to calculate my total population. So for example, again, I'm doing Kenya. In 2020, there were, I believe, let me kind of look at the number, 53,513,653 people. Okay, your country is going to have a different number. That's fine. Okay, so now essentially you're kind of done with this. Okay, so once you get the data, you can go ahead and get rid of that. Oops. Okay, next. So you might notice on the right-hand side, I have it set up so it is going to create a population pyramid for you. So as long as you enter your data incorrectly, it will all show up for you here. So how do you get it to show up? Well, what a population pyramid is actually going to show you is it's comparing the percentage of male versus female in certain age groups compared to the whole population. So makes more sense if we start looking at some data. Okay, so you're going to do this for your population. Okay, so my numbers will be pretty similar, but probably not identical to yours. So go ahead and click on, you'll see I'm clicking on the male percentage 0 to 4. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to set this up so the Google Sheet does the calculations for us. How do you do that? Well, if you want Google to do any calculating, you press the equal sign. That tells the spreadsheet that you're going to enter an equation. And for us, we're actually going to make all the male data negative. Okay? Not because the male data is actually negative, but because the male stuff is going to show up on the left side of the graph, and that's the negative side. Again, this makes a little more sense once I put it into, once you see the female data. So I have equal sign, I have negative sign, then you're going to put parenthesis. Okay. Inside the parenthesis, you're going to type C3, or you can select the C3 box. And that's the male population data from 0 to 4. So you can see when I selected it, see it highlighted it. And we're going to divide that by the total population number. Here's the mistake people make. Because you could technically select the C3 button, people want to select this button. And the thing is, don't do that because it will not allow you to do other calculations. It's going to make your life harder, I promise. In the short run, it's a pain, but in the long run, you're saving yourself time and you'll see why. So what you need to do is you need to type, again, this number down here at the bottom. So for me, I'm going to type this number for mine, whatever yours says you're going to type for you. So mine is, again, 53,513,653 people, right parenthesis. Okay, so now what we have, right, is we've divided the male population in that age group by the whole population. But remember, because this is a percent, we need to make it multiplied by 100. So to multiply, you're going to hit the asterisk sign, 100. And then I press enter. So what this tells me is that in Kenya, about 6.53% of the population is male between the ages of 0 and 4. If we look at the population pyramid, look. Again, the reason we made the data negative, let me erase that, is because, look, it's going to appear on the left side. Now we can make the female data appear on the right side by doing a similar equation. So go ahead and press equal sign. We're not going to make it negative because we want the female data to go on the right side. This time you're going to select D3 or type D3 because we want the female population between 0 and 4. And again, you're going to type the total population number. Again, I'm doing for Kenya. You need to do for your country. So for Kenya, there's, again, 53,513,653 people. And because this is a percent, we want to multiply it by 100. So what this tells us is that, I'm going to click out of this for a second, that in Kenya, about 6.45% of the population is female between the ages of 0 and 4. And notice it put it on the right side. This is exactly what we wanted it to do. Now, remember how I said we were going to make your life easier? Here it comes. You could type this equation however many times, right? What is that? 15, 20 times. Let's make your life easier. So take a look. I'm going to click back on the male. See how there's this little blue box right here. Okay, I want you to click on that little blue box. And when you click on it, see it turns into a plus sign, right? And I'm just going to drag it all the way down. And when I do that, it does all of the calculations for me. Ta-da! See, if you had selected this box, it wouldn't have done that for you. So that's why we had to type it in. And now you do the same thing for this side. Again, see there's that little blue box right there when we select the cell, drag it down, and it's going to do all the calculations for you. And then take a look, my friends. Your population pyramid is constructed for you. So you do need to change it to whatever your country's name is. So for example, again, I'm doing Kenya. Okay. And you're good to go. So all you need to do then is go ahead and open up this Google Doc. You can Control-C and copy this. And then you're just going to go ahead, number one, put your country's name in and paste it. I would always keep it linked to the spreadsheet just to be safe. And then you're going to answer these questions. Now, if you were absent, some of these questions might be hard to answer. One of the videos that we watched on Friday in class was this TED Ed video, TED Ed, and you're going to look for population pyramids. I would take the 5 minutes and look through this, watch this video, okay? It does a really nice job of explaining population pyramids and how we can understand what's going on, okay? And you can see there's lots of videos, but this one at the top is the one I recommend to watch. And then once you watch it, go ahead and answer those questions, okay? I hope this explains how to do it. If you have any further questions, let me know. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye, guys.